Yes, people. Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well today, guys. Only a little game today, isn't there? It's only a little game tonight, isn't it? Nothing too important, is there? Apart from life or death. Anyway, I hope you're all safe and well. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. As we do every match day, every home game. Actually, every game now, we do a match day morning. Sometimes it might be a little preview from Harry. Sometimes it might be Rassie B having a little chat from outside the ground. Sometimes it might be Anton. Might be. And in fact, Harry's video will be out 5 o'clock tonight. Part of the Hammers headlines. Anyway, I hope everyone's safe and well. Hope everyone is excited. Obviously, West Ham play Tottenham tonight. I'm here already, as you can see. It's not a green screen. It's very much, and it's a bit it's a bit overcast. It's a bit windy. But it's let's see. We've got the chat. Who have we got? We have got usual suspects. Manchester urinated. Very good. Wan-Bissaka 100%, and also Vanakin. Vanakin's just signed a new deal with Club Brugge. Was that his intention all along? That's what usually happens when people say they want to go to a new club. They don't get the deal, and the club reward them for not going. But anyway, he's just signed a new. I think it's a 4-year deal. So that's quite impressive. What we got here? Jake's in the house. So my things all jumped again. David, hope you're well. Happy Hammerette's here. Toby's here. We got Anton's turned up. Nice of him to turn up. Manu has to play. I don't want this to leave out stuffing the Spurs one more time. It's always Manu, isn't it? It's always Manu. Could it be the Swan song? You know, reports today that we're open to let him go on loan or permanent. I don't think a loan deal would suit him. I don't think a loan deal works. I think he's only got 1 year left in his contract, but definitely a permanent deal out of the club. Maybe Happy Emirates will be very much worried. Jay, how you been? Anyway, Jake, you eyes, naughty geezers. Madame afternoon. Can't wait to the winter transfer. Obviously, it finishes tomorrow. Me and Anton, a few little guests will be along most of the day, popping in, popping out, giving you the latest information. Maybe not even West Ham related. Maybe any big transfer that have happened in the Premier League. We'll be bringing them to you. A bit like Sky Sports. Obviously throughout the day. So we'll be doing little regular updates throughout the day, and then we'll have a live stream probably in the end of the day for a few hours. A few special guests. You know me. I like to bring on a few special guests as always. Russie B Black Book on its way out as per usual. Is Russ broke and rubbing the clubs? Yeah, I know. It keeps dropping in. I'm not actually on the Wi-Fi now. I just see Wesley Fofana's joined Chelsea from Leicester. Big deal for them. Let's see what happens with them now. Surely that means that. So I'm just going to press this comments button. Surely that means that Leicester might have 60 or 70 million, or probably not that, but they'll have a good chunk to spend. What are they going to spend it on? Are they going to look at Benyak? Are they going to look at Craig Dawson? Who knows? Onion Guy, Artel's in the house. Cresswell or Emerson? What are we thinking? What's your starting lineup? Let me know in the comments below. What's your starting lineup for today? Is Moyes going 4 at the back? Is he going to go 3? Is it going to be Cresswell? Is it going to be Emerson? I very much doubt we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if we signed Paqueta, if we registered him in time. I think we did, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. But I'd be very surprised if he starts. He may well be on the bench. If not, he'll definitely, if he's not available, I'm pretty sure he will probably jump on and give a little wave for the crowd pre-match. That's for sure. Did he know Artil? Did he get peed off waiting? Or was it all a clever, and a lot of these things are clever agents. Agad, for example. Agad we were meant to be getting last year, but then he ended up getting bloody Zuma, and then Agad gets awarded a new contract. And then roll 12 months later, we get him anyway. So it'll be interesting to see. Fortunate kid, hope you're well. We have to go for Yuri Tielemans now. I think he's extended for 5 years. I think it'll be a tough one, mate. Tough one by the end of play by 11 o'clock tomorrow night. A big game tonight, indeed. More confident on Saturday's game. There we go. I can only find one of my lucky socks. Blame Happy Hammerette. Not too sure, my friends. Not too sure. Would like to see Emerson and Cornet on the left. On about 4, maybe. I don't know. I think this is probably today, based on the Villa game, probably the most unpredictable 11 I think we could put out. About in terms of options, whether that translates to not to the standard 4-2-3-1 with the usual suspects is another case. I'd really like to see. I'd like to see Skamaka start and then bring on Antonio with 25 minutes to go if need be. Bowen, as I said on Twitter, I think Bowen's playing himself off the plane at Qatar. If you agree that, let me know. Let me know what you think. Cressy starts and pings one in the Wingland Zilli. Yep, I mean they had Nicky on West Ham Fan TV had We Are Tottenham Fan TV on there, which was quite a good interview actually. And he hates Lanz. That guy hates Lanzini. Hates him. And of course we had Pedro Obiang, and Pedro Obiang scored a very, very, very good goal against Tottenham, and we speak about that quite a lot. So go back and check out our interview with Pedro Obiang, and we talk about that to get you in the mood for tonight. Skamaka and Antonio to start? I don't think so, but we'll never know. You never know. Everyone's talking about Tielemans, big game, heading to the pub in Brisbane at 5 a.m. Dave, fair play to your son. Will bench Bowen, doesn't deserve a start. He needs a reality check. If any of you are like Dave, like Darren, like all the US Hammers, Wally and that lot, if when you're at your bar at 5 o'clock in the morning, or Wally will be there at, I don't know, 3 in the afternoon, something like that, send us a picture. And maybe Anton can put a few up during the live stream. Just send it to westhamnetwork@gmail.com. Just a little snap. Because I think it's lovely, the fact that we're all over the bloody place all the bloody time. But just, so if you do that, just and send that. I'll give him a bit of work to do, you see, because he'll be sitting there watching the game. So, if you do, great. Let us know. It'd be great to see where you're watching the game from. Right. Benny behind Big Mac, please. Love that we can't guess who. And if we can't guess, hopefully Conte can't guess. And that's the issue we've had before. We revert back to the Brighton game. I showed you all the stats before. It's, if you had all those percentages, divided it, it's about a 70% chance of guessing the first 11. I don't think you can do that now, in all honesty. He's Brazilian. He's born ready. Cressy did take a knock. He did take a knock. We don't know how bad that knock was. I'll let everyone just talk to each other. Andrew Bishop, afternoon. Let's beat Spurs 3-1. I watched Nicky's interview with Tottenham. It is worth watching. It's very good. Very, very good. As is our interview with Pedro Obiang, as Anton's put a link in the chat. If you've got a spare 45 minutes, if you want to watch a video where you'll be smiling at the end, I guarantee you watch it. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll have Harry's preview video. Now, Anton did kindly put up, because we interviewed a Tottenham fan and gave him his thoughts. I can't access it from here. So if Anton is watching, he's near the computer, feel free to just drop that video on anytime. There we go. Just to let you know, as and when you can drop it on if you want. Benny has to start with his recent form. It's coming. There we go. Because I think Anton, he did it not on our thing, but down there. So there we go. 10-0. Skamaka scored 9, and Paquette will get 1. And here's the video. I think is the video coming on in a minute. I don't know. My Wi-Fi seems to be dropping out a bit. I do apologise. It will come back on in a sec. Oh, Anton, is Anton in the background? I don't know what's happening. Oh, I don't know what's happening. It's all gone apart. Are you going to the game tonight? I'll be there. Of course, I'll be there. My internet might be going down a little bit. Let me just quickly just check while we're here. Yeah, we're all right. We should be okay. It'll come back on in a tick. It'll come back on in a minute. But anyway, I can carry on chatting. Butcher, big balls. There we go. Any news about Dawson going to be a big miss? It will be a big miss, won't it? It will be about big Dawson, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Anton is uploading a video. That might be why it's working. Why it's got a bit funny at the moment. Yeah, I mean that's going to be. I think Big Dawson is going to be the big issue, one of the big outs maybe on Thursday. Several clubs are looking at him, as we know. So we shall see with that. We shall see. It's going to be interesting, I think, and also where he fits in. But also, you know, we've one in, one out. You know, are we looking for others? I don't know. What's this mean? So I just got this wrong. I do apologise profusely. What is your starting lineup, though, guys? What do you think your starting lineup's going to be? Who's going to be starting for the Hammers? I want to know. I want to know in the comments below who's starting for the Hammers. Who's going to be? What's your 11 going to be? Let us know. It could be David. It could be. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with Dawson and what happens in terms of going forward. For me, yeah, it is a tough one. It is a tough one, in all honesty, because as much as we'll be gutted he's gone, part of us wants us to stay as well. So, yeah, yeah, Dawson's a funny one, isn't it? Because he comes from that I mean, that was a great part of a great time at West Ham, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know, for all honesty. I think we'll have to wait and see what happens with Dawson. Hopefully, you know, if there's one out, I'm sure we'll be bringing one in. I think that's without a doubt a priority. Controversial opinion. We like him. It's hopes. West Ham is smashing it. Yep, I think they have smashed it. Anton says the video is ready. So, Anton, do you want to play that bad boy video, and we'll see if we can get it working? I'll just stall until you press the button. Don't worry, I'll keep stalling until.
I'm giving a preview for West Ham versus Tottenham.
Well, of course it's not going to be, is it?
I'm going for a 2-1 win to Spurs. I think it's time for us to get back to winning ways. It's time to burst West Ham's bubble, pun intended. We've not fared well there the last 2 seasons, and evening kickoff under the lights. You know it's going to be a feisty affair. You know West Ham is their cup finals, so they're going to come out and they're going to do everything in their power to beat us and make it a horrible evening for us. And I think the fans are going to get right behind them because this fixture means a lot to them. But this fixture, to be fair, I care about it. It's important to me as well. And we need to maintain winning momentum. And in order for us to do that, we need to come there and we need to silence that crowd. And I feel like if there's anyone that can do it and get us back to winning ways, it's Conte. It's Conte. Jose's one there. Poch one there. I think Poch even... Yeah, Poch won there 3 years in the trot in the league. 2017.
We are now approaching Hackney Downs.
Yeah, and even then Jose won it the year after. So we actually
London
won
Overground.
at their ground 4 years in the trot. So I'm hoping we can get back to that sort of record this week. And yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 result. I'm going to go for the West Ham Slayer Harry Kane to score. I'm going to go for Son to break his duck. Yeah, I think we're going to win. Narrow win, but I'll take it.
Thank you very much, my assistant in the background. And as I finished, the sun's come out, and now it's bloody blazing. It was like so grey and horrible, and now I'm sweating buckets now. Anyway, cheers for that, mate. Right, let's have a look what we've got. I feel confident. That's good to see. I'm confident as well, but I'm just confident for the season now. I'd start Skamaka, Emerson, and Kira. I think Kira will definitely start. I think the last two games we've seen, I think he's been one of our most consistent players. I think he's very, very good, and I think he'll have another good game. The only thing about him, sometimes he does seem to get a little bit hot-headedness. Do you know what I mean? A little bit like lunges in where maybe he shouldn't be lunging in. But yeah, it's a strange one. But I think Skamaka, I could see him starting. I think we're seeing this transition now in terms of the role Antonio plays. I don't think he'll start on the right. I think Bowen will be on the right. He'll keep with that favourite in terms of he'll come good. I think Bowen's got. Honestly, I think Bowen's got another. If he doesn't shine in the next 2 or 3 games, I don't think he's in the World Cup squad. In all honesty, controversial opinion, as Toby would say, but he's played himself off this plane. So if he wants to get in the World Cup squad, he's got to crack on. Do you think we get results tonight? Yes, I think we'll get. I just get a draw tonight. Tottenham are a tough tide, and they haven't lost away for something like 5 or 6 months. Obviously, we lost some. We beat them here at our gaff, didn't we, last year? Yeah, I think so. But they are a tough side, and as much as I hate to admit it, they've had a really good transfer window. We hadn't until the last sort of 3 weeks, I reckon. Spurs have done their business very early. Got some good players in. Didn't lose any major players. And it's not. I'm saying it for gritted teeth, but yeah. What we got here? There's tourists in the background. I'm not being funny. I can only assume they're very excited by it. This wank ain't. Yo, Bit, what are you talking about, man? I'm West Ham. Let me know. Do you know any news on Paqueta availability? I don't know any news, mate, just as much as you do. Obviously, there was the mad rush to Hull, but they turned around because apparently there was, I think it was X or Sean said that then a slot had available at the Home Office in London. So they came back. I don't know if it was done in time. We'll see. Yeah, I think Dawson will be missed. I think for all the stuff with West Ham and Zuma maybe making Dawson and Diop better players. I actually think it was Dawson was the bet with making better players, not necessarily Zuma, in my opinion. And I don't know. Fabianski's Paqueta better. I don't know. That fella Toby's deluded. We got this. Emerson, Kira, Oggy / Oggy. Yeah, looks right to me. You're right. They had a great start. They did. I hope I knew much as well. By all accounts, he had the interview with Bazinga, and he was saying that he loves Derby. He loves playing in derbies, and this is a great time to to understand what really is West Ham. And so for him, he'll really understand very early on. I remember interviewing, I think it was Anton Ferdinand, and he said Carlos Tevez got what it was to be a West Ham fan after that Tottenham game when we lost 4-3. And he then understood what it was to be a West Ham fan. And this is a great way to introduce the likes of Kire, the likes of Skamaka, not so much the Cornets, because they've been in the Premier League, and Emerson. They know about Tottenham. They probably know about Tottenham West Hamish. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to sort of embed them into it. Cyber, I hope you're well, my friend. Don't think we'll be at his best tonight, but I'm putting 20 quid him to get a brace. When Aguerd comes back, we have the best defence. I totally agree. And I think there could be justification for dropping Zuma when Aguerd gets back, in my opinion. Couple of hours for the game, mate. Couple of hours for the game they come in. Paquette papers didn't go in time. Well, there we go. Now we know. Can't wait to see Paquette link up with Ben Rama, bring the best out of both worlds. And it's what we were saying with Lanzini and Payet. Lanzini's best time at West Ham was with Payet. So this gives me similar vibes. And if you go and listen to Rich was talking to Premier League TV with Leroy Rossini. Leroy was talking about Paqueta and saying how much mustard this boy is. And he gives him really big Payet vibes. That's only good for me. What we got here? Cresswell injury? No, I don't know. To Hullen back, don't think has to catch his breath. Glad Cress is injured, to be honest. Well, I think it gives us the ability to make a difference. rather than having to stick with your favourites, being an injury, you can very much crack on, if that makes sense, regardless. So, yeah, I know what you mean. It's for me, it's and obviously with Longelo going to Birmingham City on loan for the rest of the season yesterday, then it really just is Emerson and, well, I suppose Ben Johnson as well can play left back, and even what's his face, Sue Fowler's played there before. David's in the chat. Hope you're David. Graduated with his university degree there. Antonio Conte is a disgrace. There we go. Justice for Santos. He should never have sacked him. I'm going to be going to the game. I'll be buzzing if we get a result. Nuno was not given a fair chance. And as a fellow manager, it hurts me so much. Of course it does, David. What are your feelings about Scott Parker? Not for Spurs. How many Cressy is claret and blue. He'll be prime Roberto Carlos for 90 minutes. Then back to George McCann. Nothing wrong with Georgie Mack. Nothing wrong with Georgie Mack, Toby. Friend of the channel. That's Norton front three. It is. Watched the highlights last night of the West Ham Lyon game, and Skamaka and Paqueta on the same page. We're going to be a force. We certainly will be a force. We'll certainly be a force. I totally agree. And it's quite funny watching those. I watched some of those highlights again. There's one part where Bowen and Paqueta have a bit of a 2 and 8 over the ball, if you remember. And unsurprisingly, Bowen comes out second best. Josh's injury forces. That's what I mean, Artel. It forces his hand to make a change rather than do it out of. He's doing it out of necessity rather than doing it out of just, out of a whim, if that makes sense. Toast Chris and claret and blue, mate. He's a scouser. But, he's been here for a long time after now Mr. Noble's left. He's got the most amount of Premier League appearances in the current squad for West Ham. That's something, isn't it? That's something. 200 and something. Even more than that, probably, I imagine. Areola has to start. Has to start, says Hammerhead. I don't think he has to start. I don't think he will start, I'll be all honesty. I'm not hating on Sir George Russ. He always put it. He does, Chris. But he's dropping off a bit. No, okay. Just because you never know, George might turn up tomorrow. Good evening from Australia. Gareth, hope you're well, my friend. Where are you watching the game? Dave's watching it in a bar in Brisbane. Where are you watching it? If you're in Brisbane, Dave, let him know what bar you're going to. It's 5 a.m. Is Fabianski available? Yes. Yeah. What we got here, Paqueta won't play as he hasn't trained yet. No, he won't play. I could see him on the bench. It's not necessarily about track. I mean, we threw Kira into the Europa League game, didn't we? And we signed him on the day before, and we threw him in to the squad, and he came on and played quite a lot of the game. So I don't think it's a case of being trained, but I think for me, it's like he's very much. I think it'd be a massive boost if he's in the squad. Rush, do you think Nobles will be in the dugout? AK Nobles is always in the stands, probably. He's always in the. He has nice seats in directors' box at the moment. What has Zoe got to do to get a game? Well, the thing is he's still very much the cup keeper, isn't he? Still very much the cup keeper at the moment. There will be a changing of the guard. I don't know when, but there will have to be a changing of the guard. Because, I mean, we signed we signed Areola to a 5-1, haven't we? Where Areola's got, with Fabianski, we signed to a one extension plus another year option as well. So, Paul's going to be watching it. 5:45. See, that's mental, isn't it? Mental. And that's why, as I said, if you're going to a pub or a bar at 5 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Philadelphia or, I don't know, Fresno Irons over on the West Coast, do us a favour and send us in a picture. Send us in a picture when you're all there, and then we'll try and get a few of them up. Because it's lovely, I think. It's lovely, because get out at 4, watching the game at 4:45, 5 a.m. It's absolutely mental. I love it. I absolutely love it. Just West Ham through and through, mate. West Ham through and through. What we got here, watching from Cape Town. I want to see where you're watching it. Dave's watching it in the Pig or Whistle, East Eagle Street in the city. I want a picture, Dave, of you in the pub at 5 o'clock. Send it. Russ is director's box near Premier League. It's. I think so. Yeah, it's up a bit. I think. Watching in Arbroath, Wales. Oh, so Amroth, Wales. My apologies. Mad Max has gone for Fabianski. Zuma has gone for back three. Back three? So back three looks like it. It is. Eventually, I'm going to have to start dishing out some 5x7s signed. I know it's the price. It's the price of fame. You get what you give them. It's right there, and the people looking at the boats, which aren't even there. Don't drop Bowen. I'm having a bet that he's going to score. Well, there we go. I'll have a word with Moyes and say, actually, Moyes, don't drop Bowen because John Murdoch's put a tenner in him to score the first goal. Russ, I think they want you to sign their tops. Yeah, the Sharpies run out. That's why. Russ, is Flo going with Joe as someone's in the background? No, she doesn't go. They don't go. One day, I might convince them. I hope we play as well as we did against Liverpool tonight. Been a while since we really turned up, and I totally agree, man. Totally agree. And I think that Liverpool game in November was the last time we probably played well. In all honesty, but there we go. I would never disrespect the mighty Mark Noble, but he's not in the squad anymore. Cressy's going to be shouldering a lot of responsibilities now he's gone. Cressy has given everything. He totally has. I'll be working but listening on the radio in Leicester. Good on you, son. I'll be following the watch. Good man. See, Matt's following the watch along. Anton will be doing the watch along tonight. And maybe I'll jump on, if I can, and do like a post-match from outside if we can, because the sports club is closed. They can actually trial it. So they'll have the sports club open after evening games, but not for Tottenham. Not for Tottenham. They're not going to try it just yet. I think we're on BT, aren't we? Yep, Mo said it. We're on BT Sport. I should get some sleep. Paul, you should get some sleep, son. Yeah, we're going to be going in a minute. As I said, is a game. I think BT Sport too, mate. As I said, we're if you are watching the game anywhere unusual, please send us a picture. I'd love to see it. So yeah, send us a picture. What we got here? Also on 5 Live Extra. Thank you, Mo. Much appreciated. Rush needs to get some Panini stickers to give out. Yeah, it was just 7x5s or 6x4s. 6x4s signed, pre-signed. That's what I tell you. He used to do that. Neil Warnock used to do that. He used to hate giving out like sort of the big the big hustle trying to get signatures. So he used to bring his own 6x4s pre-signed and would dish them out. Fair play. Russ, we don't want a photo of me. They usually get messy. I want to know wherever you're watching the game, mate. If you're watching the game somewhere unusual, in a pub, in the middle of a campsite, I've watched games in the middle of Lapland and stuff, and it's like, well, I love it. And I think it's really important because, for a lot of people, there'll be 60,000 lucky enough, 62,500 people lucky enough to be here. But there's millions watching all over the world. We get thousands of people. I think we had something like almost 20,000 people watch the watch along for the Villa game. And that's just a small percentage of the bigger community. So we'd love to see where you're watching the games, particularly, obviously, the foreign-based numbers. West Ham have some cracking players. Tevez a cracking. It was a great goal. Stop Harry Kane, stop Spurs. I think Son. Stop Harry Kane, stop Son. I think you're all right. We're staying there until the game starts. No, I'm not. If so, I think you'd be bored me sitting here talking for another almost 5 hours. I'm fine. I'm going to go in there in a minute and start setting up. It's big day, big game, big evening. So we're going to try and so obviously we had the fireworks and the light show and all that type of stuff. So we'll go and be checking all that out stuff, making sure it's all working very, 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 very shortly. As I said, Anton's doing the watch along today, so make sure you check that out. We'll have hopefully a review show afterwards. I'll try and jump on. If you're going to the game, I'll probably be around here by the statue. If you want to do a little chat, more than welcome. Had to get the train, so I'm going to wait for a little bit for it all to die down before I start getting my way to go there. What we got here? We certainly are, Toby. We certainly are. We are doing. We'll be doing updates throughout the day. And then we'll be doing a long sort of live stream from about 7:30 until it closes around 11 o'clock. And it'll be myself, Anton. We'll have probably Rich, Alf will probably turn up, Holly. I think Luke's working. Matt will turn up. Got a few of the old Rusty B Black Book context turning up as well. So you're going to make sure you watch it. Russ, see you later. We'll try and get to Newcastle game. Can I meet? Of course you can meet one day. I think we'll move up the table very quickly. Me too. He's watching from Hong Kong. If you're watching it somewhere unusual in Hong Kong, THD, let us know. Show us a picture. I want to see some pictures. I'll be in there. I play the music. I'm the Matchday DJ in there, so I'll be in there, mate. I'll be in there. Don't worry. I'll be in there doing my thing. Everton fan, can you tell me where Stel is? Stel's doing his own channel. West Ham Voice. Check it out. He's doing his own thing. He's doing very well over there. Would like to see Ashby get into the squad. Me too. iPhone XS wallpaper says will batter your team. It's not even the most recent iPhone. Unbelievable. 2-1. Right, let's get your score predictions in quickly before I go. What's the score going to be? Simply in the chat, and we'll go through them all. Walk to Stratford High Street. It's easier via the river. It's easier than going to Stratford. There we go. Dig out the bit about what Moyes said about Richarlison. Keep you uppies. Yep. You're going to be around after the game. Alfie, hopefully, I'll be here at the 65 state statue after the game, doing a little bit of a Mikey thing. I'm a Fulham fan, but is Paqueta in the squad? We don't know. To be honest. Predictions for tonight. I've asked for them. Let's get it going. West Ham better. 2-0 Ruben, 3-2. 1-0 Irons, 1-0, 1-0, 2-2 at Desmond. R2 at Desmond for Glyn. 1-1, 2-1, 3-2. 2-1, 1-0, Calibre and Cordy. Well, Tottenham and London as well, so it never works really. 2-1, 4-0. I'll take some of that bad boy. Oh, Christophe. 2-0 from James Bong. 2-1 from THD. 136 Tejaz Jadhav has gone for a 2-2. John said the only other person not in the squad tonight is Aged. Well, there we go. John T from Football London. So does that mean that Paqueta is in the squad? Please let me know, Mitch. It'd be useful to know. I'll find out anyway when I go in. But anyway, 2-2, 1-0. If I play it, Tottenham are London as well, innit? So it doesn't really work. 1-0, 2-1, 3-1. West Ham are massive. They certainly are. Giga Chad, Mohawk. I'm watching in a pub in Victoria, not South Africa. The pub in Nux, not in SA. Not SA, the pub in... Not SA, the pub... Oh, okay. I get you, yeah. In Nuxall Village. Let us know, mate. 3-1. Ruz, is it great to work for the club? It certainly is, my friend. Yeah, we should. He said Paqueta is in the squad. Well, there we go. John T from Football London said it. So there we go. Russ, later, can you play Chaz and Dave? No. What happens is just poor start, Rich. We seem to be slow off the blocks. A bit like you guys as well, a bit like Everton, to be honest. But the Villa game, we've had two. Obviously, we played two games this week, or last week rather. The Europa League Conference playoff second leg, we won that 3-0, and obviously we beat Villa 1-0. So 2 victories, 2 clean sheets. Paqueta, we've broken our record signing. It's looking up. So hopefully we'll start moving pieces a bit better. Unbeaten Spurs tonight, tough game it certainly is. When the Spurs players walk out, you should play the Chuckle Brothers. Yep, okay. He put it on Twitter command. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Just walked past the ground. Going for a 3-2. Nice. Learn to fly Foo Fighters. I play that when we lose because, obviously when we win, we play Bubbles, and then we play Bubbles, and then we play Twist and Shout and stuff. So I always used to play Foo. Now you say the Mickey at me playing the Foo Fighters, but I always play it. It's just quite generic. Do you know what I mean? Do you think we'll sign anyone apart from maybe Bedniak? Possibly. I need to click that. What was it? What did I do? It was hilarious. What did I do that was hilarious? Let me know, John. I'm going to be a meme. I want to know about it. Yeah, no, I think Benyak. I still think there's some deals, a couple of deals, maybe Maitland Miles on loan, maybe. I think Wan-Bissaka's not happening. But if they get, is it Serge they're looking at, then that could open up the possibility, mate, to let him go, maybe. But then you think maybe something like Palace will be up for it. Don't know whether they want Wan-Bissaka, but he'd give options at that right back, that's for sure. I know that I was reading an article that Moyes is slightly concerned that Soufal's on the wrong age of 20 now, so it's worth looking at that. West Ham get battered. Okay, so Damien's vlogs and games. Just picturing Paqueta, not Paqueta, Anton Paqueta, linking up with Cornet. He's signed a new deal with Club Rouge today, another 4 or 5 year deal. So I don't think that's happening now. So whether that was I think that was just a deal. I don't think there was much substance in that. I reckon that was a story conjured up by his agent to get a new deal. Maybe. Anyone it could be Rich. We're looking at Benyak on a loan from Southampton. If we let Craig Dawson go to maybe Villa or maybe Leicester now. I know Wolves are looking for him as well, but obviously Leicester have just sold Fofana, so that could happen. And then you never know. If Chelsea obviously bought Fofana now, if they go and buy someone like Aubameyang, does that mean that someone like Brozier will be available for a loan out? That could be a cheeky one. Conor Gallagher, there's lots of potentials, but I just think I think it's not certs. It's all dependent on others and what's left. That makes sense. I think we've done our first tier business. There's still a couple of positions I'd like to improve on, but we'll see. Damien's got a little willy. There we go. Let's see if Spurs can do a game without diving. Russ, have you heard about the apparent illness? Do you think it's I've heard nothing. Indeed, first I've heard about it. Stop copying and pasting. It's lazy. I didn't. Well, it's even sadder, Damien, that you're typing the same thing, isn't it? Anyway, ladies and gents, as I said, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe, all that good stuff. Maybe we consider being a channel member. There's a lot more people we've got on in now, over 13,500 subscribers now. It really is getting quite big at the moment. But as I said, we'd love to have more of you. So some few new names. If you enjoy it, if you like us, we have interviews with ex-players every week. Practically, we've got some more coming on tomorrow for the transfer live stream. Hopefully, we had Pedro Obiang last week. We've got some good ones lined up. We've got some great fans as well, celebrity fans coming on. So it's always loads of stuff on the West Ham Network. Let's go through last things. Everyone's talking about them. What else we want? Phil Jones incoming. There you go. You called it. John has called it. Anyway, as I said, if you want to be a channel member, there's a join button down there. You get into weekly draws, all that type of stuff. And at the end of each one of my shows, I'd like to thank every one of my of our channel members personally. So thank you very much. Take care. Stay safe. Stay lucky. Stay hydrated. Sun's getting typically right at the end, so I'm not squinting. Stay hydrated. Stay positive. I'm going to say 2-0. 2-0 tonight. Come on, you Irons.
It's like a family tree. Thought of you and thought of